going on, you guys? It's Goldie Dog, and I'm back at you again with another video. Trust. This time I'm talking to you guys about something very important, as always. I know I've been kind of missing in action, with my YouTube videos and stuff. Been busy, been doing stuff behind the scenes. I'm about to drop a video soon, a new music video soon, so look out for that. Trust. Um, but yeah, I want to talk to you guys about, something very important. Be careful who you keep your items around. Be careful who you be around. Be careful who you share your energy around. Be careful, because you never know who's secretly plotting against you, who's secretly working against you, who's secretly a part of like a secret cult or whatever the case may be. You never fucking know. Trust. So basically, I'm gonna just give y'all a little story time, basically, and then I'm gonna take it from there. So here's a little story time. So I was with this one dude one time. I was kicking it with him. I was like staying with him for a few days. I would say. Um, and mind you, I wasn't homeless or anything. I have my own shit, have my own apartment, but I was going through some things in my personal life. So I just stayed with him because, I was getting to know him and all that good bubbly boo-rah shit. So, and because he asked me. So, I was staying with him for a few days, and I just always knew something was like off about him. Like, it was always something like that strike me as like something is off about this nigga. Like something is not right about him. You feel me? And I don't know what it was. Like, it was like something my intuition was just telling me, like something about him. Like something about him was just off. So morale of the story is like, he would always like we would kick it and stuff like that, but my intuition just kept telling me it was something off about him. Like, it was something about him I just couldn't trust, something off about him, whatever. Like, he would kind of watch my every move, watch to see like what I was doing, like always eyeing me, but he wouldn't be saying something sometimes. Like, so you ever caught somebody like staring at you but not saying nothing, like just watching like what you're doing but like trying not to say anything? Yeah, that's the type of shit he was on. Like, and mind you, I'm in his room, like we kicking it, and so I'm like, yo, like, what's up? Like, I'm thinking to myself, if you got something to say, like just say it. But like I said, it was a reason. Like, my intuition was just telling me something was off, whatever. So one time or whatever, I'm with this dude. We getting high. I'm getting high. He's getting high, whatever. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And he's like, oh, well, I gotta go run out to the store. Mind you, he gets me, I'm all high and stuff. He's like, oh, I'm gonna run out to the store, stay right here, da 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 da. And that's another thing. If somebody's so quick to leave you in their house when they don't know you like that, like I know me personally, I'm not leaving nobody in my house. Only probably my family members, like, my mom and my brother, people I could trust. But if I gotta go to the store or whatever, it's not giving that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but the people that be so quick to try to leave you in their house by yourself, those are the ones that you need to watch out for in a sense. And I'm going to tell you why. So he's like, oh, I got to go to the store, whatever. I'm like, okay. So he's like, just stay here, like, whatever. Don't answer the door for nobody. Boom, bye. Bitch, so, I was like, okay, whatever. I was, relaxing, watching TV, getting high, whatever. And I remember he kept coming in and out. Like, he's like, oh, he came back from the store, and he's like, oh, well, I have a friend that's coming over. She's coming over or whatever, and, like, she don't even speak English. So, mind you, I'm thinking to myself, my intuition told me, like, okay, why is a friend coming over all of a sudden, like, or whatever, like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, like, who the fuck, like, he's like, this girl don't even speak English. So I'm like, okay. He's like, she's just gonna stay in the living room, whatever. I'm like, okay. So, mind you, I'm in the room. He comes back with the girl or whatever. They're in the living room or whatever. And I'm not the jealous type or anything like that. Like, me and this dude, I was just kicking it with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like my man or anything like that. Like, he was just an older guy that I was like kicking it with. So he's in the living room with this weird person, and like, I'm not hearing nothing in the living room. I'm like, okay. Like, I hear them like talking a little bit, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, if she don't speak English, how the fuck do you communicate with her? So that's the first thing I thought in my head, because this dude or whatever, he is African American. He's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know no amount of Spanish. So I'm like, if she don't speak English, How the fuck do you communicate with her? But it was just one of them things I was thinking about, but I forgot to ask him. But I'm thinking, I'm like, so like I hear them in the living room, like they're talking very, very low, like very low. And you know, you could tell when somebody speaks another language. You could hear the other language in them or whatever, whatever. I didn't hear her speaking another language at all. Like it sounded like they were both speaking English. That's what it sounded like. So I'm like, and then again, my intuition was just telling me like, okay, she knows me. Like it's some like she knows me. It's like for some reason I kept getting the feeling that she knows who I am, or she knows of me and stuff, because I am a pretty well known name, you know, here in the Bronx and here in New York and shit like that. But it wasn't even about that. I just got this weird feeling that she just knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still trying to brush off that feeling. I'm like, nah, she probably don't. She probably don't. Whatever. So, mind you, I'm in the room and they're in this living room for hours. Like they're in the living room for hours. Like probably like an hour and some change. Like they're in the living room going on 2 hours. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, and I went to the bathroom. I had my clothes on. I went to the bathroom. I see her. She looks me dead in the eye. I look her dead in the eye. Soon as I looked at her, I could tell for some reason I spiritually just read her down. Like I read her, or I read her vibe. Like it gave me the impression like, okay, she knows me. Like, so you know, have you ever locked eyes with somebody, and then from that moment on, you could just tell like, okay, I either seen you somewhere before, or you know exactly who I am. She gave me that look like, oh, hi. Like she didn't say hi, but she gave me that look like, oh, bitch, I know exactly who the fuck you is. Like, type shit, you know, because I'm reading her face as I'm looking at her walking to the bathroom. So I'm going to the bathroom. And I left my lashes, like, because I had my lashes off. I left my lashes on his desk, of his chair in his room. Now, when I went to the bathroom, the door of the room was open. So I'm in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom for like at least a good 15, 20 minutes, whatever. I come out the bathroom. As soon as I come out the bathroom, I come back in the room. Now I'm looking for all my stuff or whatever, like just making sure I got everything, like freshening up and stuff. And I couldn't find my lashes anywhere. Now I'm like, okay, where are my lashes? Because I remember at the specific spot that I had them, they wasn't there. Yeah, so I'm looking all around the room, and then, mind you, as soon as I come back in the room, all of a sudden, the bitch gotta leave. The bitch leaves. She like, oh, she doesn't speak loud at all. Like she's like speaking really, really low. But bitch, I'm hearing her and I'm like, okay, she's definitely not speaking another language. That's, you know, she's speaking English. It sounded like. But yeah, she told him that she had to leave or whatever. As soon as I come back in the room, that's when she told him that she had to leave. So she left real quick. Real quick, she left. So I'm in a room trying to look for my lashes and trying to look for my items, my lashes and stuff, and I couldn't find them. So I asked him, and I'm like, have you seen my lashes and stuff? Like, have you... He gets real defensive, like as if I'm like a cop trying to ask him for his ID or some shit, bitch. Like, he gets real fucking defensive. He's like, oh no. He's like, well, what I gotta do with lashes for? I'm like, pipe the fuck down. Watch your fucking tone, because no shit, it's not giving all that. I'm just asking, did you see them around the floor? Did you see them, like, are they up your ass? I don't know. Like, where are they? Like, you know, no shade. So, he's just like, so then my intuition kept telling me, I kid you not, my intuition kept telling me the bitch took my lashes. Like, the bitch waited until I was in the bathroom to take something of mine and then go. And it's a deeper meaning behind that. I'm about to tell you all the deeper meaning behind that. So, I'm like, okay, so where's my lashes? Because I'm at this point, I done looked all for them. I'm like, where are they? Because it was just a principle. Like, I could buy new lashes and shit like that, but it's like, what the fuck? Like, you got this bitch taking my shit. I don't even know her. She claims she don't know me, but at the look in her face, I could tell she already knows exactly who I am. So he's like, then he starts getting real defensive, like real defensive. Like, I seen this ugly side of him come out. Oh, what she want with your lashes? Da 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 da. But a lot of stuff be spiritual. It's a lot of spiritual warfare going out here, you know? And you gotta really protect yourself and protect your items around people, because people use your items to do witchcraft. And that's just the simple truth of it. People will take your items to do witchcraft and to try to whatever. I have had that done to me in the past. So when this kind of stuff happened now, like when something like this happened now, I'm like, that's the first thing I'm thinking of. I'm like, I'm trying not to think about it, but I'm like, okay, like, you never know who knows who. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell by the look of her face, because I am very spiritual. I could tell by the look of her face, she knows exactly who the fuck I am. Exactly who the fuck I am. And it just all kind of seemed like a setup to me, because, for one, this was not somebody that only spoke Spanish. Like, I could tell that she was speaking English. And she left as soon as I came back in the room from the bathroom. That's when she left. Now, she stayed in this living room with him for hours. As soon as I came back in the room, like, it's like as if she waited to steal stuff of mine and then leave, you know? So my intuition had already told me what was up. And like, I'm like, and I say this to you guys, because as soon as my intuition told me, okay, because mind you, when I seen her, I could tell by like what the stuff she was wearing, that she was like, and her aura, that she was spiritual as well. Like, she was like into like like she was into some shit. But me, I don't do none of that. I don't do witchcraft. I don't do voodoo. I don't do none of that. I don't believe in doing none of that. No, absolutely not. Never have, never will. That's not my character. But there's people in this world that do stuff like that. They do plan stuff with each other, and they do stuff like that. They'll take your items and then do spells on you and do all that wicked shit and whatever. So as he's saying that, like, my intuition is just telling me, like, okay, she took my item, something that I wore, like something that I wore like often, like, which would have to be the lashes, because I put the lashes on my face or whatever. So my intuition just told me, like, she took them items for another reason. It's not the fact that she couldn't afford lashes of her own. It was the fact that she's taking your items because of something else. So right then and there, I prayed. I prayed to God. I said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. If anybody's trying to take my items to do witchcraft on me or anything of that nature, break it. I'm praying to God, and as I'm praying to God, like, just to like eliminate that factor, like, if she did take my items to do witchcraft or whatever, as I'm praying to God, he's like getting so angry. He's getting so angry. He's like, oh, well, you could leave out my house. You could like, he's getting so angry. It's like you could see the demon, like you could see the real color come off of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting so mad. Like, when I started praying, he's getting so mad. Like, oh, and I'm like, I don't gotta argue with no imposter. I don't gotta argue with no fucking weak ass demon. Like, now, the fact that you're getting mad because I'm praying, that lets me know, okay, what my intuition is telling me is true, you know? So, fuck all that shit. I remember just thinking to myself, I don't have to explain myself to him. I don't have to explain myself to nobody. Like, the fact that you're getting mad that I'm praying, that lets me know. And that lets me know that what my intuition is telling me is true. So I packed my bag. I packed my stuff, my little stuff I had. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't try to argue with him. I just packed my stuff and I just left. I went back home. Morale of the story is, there are people in this world that do work with secret codes and all that bullshit stuff. I can't really talk about on here. But there are people that that would steal your items, and like, not just because they maybe need your items, like steal them to need them or whatever, but they're stealing your items for other reasons. Like, open your eyes. They're stealing your items for other reasons. Like, always protect yourself. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Always protect yourself, because these Decepticons, these evil motherfuckers, that got a result to spell work and all that stuff, like, they're fucking wicked. And like, always protect yourself, always, because you never know who's working with who and who's trying to steal your items to try to do something. You never know. That taught me a valuable lesson, because my intuition is never wrong, and clearly it wasn't wrong in that situation either, which is why he got so mad at me and was trying to kick me out of his house. I'm like, you ain't gotta kick me out. I'll leave this bitch anyway. So, but as I'm going home, I'm like thinking, like, the whole thing was a fucking lie. Like, he said that she didn't know Spanish. She didn't know English. I heard them talking English. Then she waited till, like, I came back in a room to leave. She had all that time to leave, but she waited until I came back in the room. Then I couldn't find my stuff nowhere. You know what I'm saying? There's other reasons why people might steal your belongings and stuff. So be careful who you keep your belongings around, and be careful who you spend your energy around, because not everybody is good for you, and not everybody has your right intentions. These Decepticons or whatever, they wear masks. They'll smile in your face, do all of that stuff, then behind your back secretly try to plot on you. Like, especially if you're a person of good energy, and if you're a person that has a lot of things going for yourself, there are people that are wicked and jealous of you in this world. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful who you keep your energy around, who you keep your stuff around. That's why I don't leave my belongings around nobody. I don't play that shit. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I tell you all this story to keep y'all all enlightened. Like, be very mindful who you keep your stuff around. Period.